So last time we talked, Autumn Volkov, the heir of my legacy challenge, announced the news of her engagement to Shanna Kieloha to her family, while her sister, Nicole Volkov, got asked out on a date by her new friend and crush, Caleb Vatore. Caleb took Nicole out to a jazz bar in Newcrest. Despite Nicole literally hating jazz, but that's okay. She'll make an exception for Caleb, especially considering the club was very luxurious and maintained a perfect intimate setting. Together they sat at the bar, Caleb ordering a round of drinks. It didn't take long for Nicole to get flirty with Caleb, but she tried to control herself. She didn't know if it was him or his vampiric charm, but being around him turned her from solid to liquid. He was just so easy and fun to talk to, and she found the vampire lifestyle so intriguing. So, she asked him questions about it. How he turned, when he turned, if he had any vampire family. Caleb revealed that a vampire named Count Vladislav Stroud IV had turned him and his sister, Lilith, a very long time ago. His sister Lilith is dead, and they didn't get along very well. You heard that right. The lesbian icon, Lilith Vatore, is dead. Truly devastating. Besides that, he has a cousin named Lily Jew, who is a werewolf. Caleb and Lily haven't talked in years. She didn't like the fact that he turned into a vampire, aka her natural enemy. Nicole knew exactly who Lily Jew was, telling Caleb that she's a part of her and her father's werewolf pack, the Moonwood Collective. What a small world. OMG, who is this fabulous pregnant werewolf? Slay Miss Girl. After hours of talking and drinking, Caleb took Nicole outside behind the bar to overlook the water. This night was perfect. For being her very first date, Nicole couldn't have asked for anything better. She was starting to really like Caleb and wanted to go out with him again, so she had no objection to what he was about to do next. Nicole just had her very first kiss with Caleb Vatore. Lucky girl. He is one of the finest Sims in existence. After their date and their kiss, Caleb did the gentleman thing to do and dropped Nicole off at her house. She was a bit worried about her father Chris seeing her kissing Caleb, but she couldn't help herself and would let him kiss her as many times as he wanted. But he only did once more, kissing her goodnight before he left for home. Part of Nicole really wished she could go home with him. She was aching for more. Meanwhile, our heir was pissed at our founder. Her reaction to the engagement was completely unacceptable and rude. What was with her mood lately? She didn't even try to talk to Shanna either. Alexis told her she had no right to talk to her mother like that, but Autumn didn't care. She wasn't a baby, and someone needed to be straight up with her. Just because she's getting old doesn't give her the right to be an asshole. If she keeps acting this way as she gets older, nobody will want to be around her. Inside the house, Ezra was on the verge of tears. Autumn is engaged to Shanna. He saw Nicole get kissed by that emo pale stranger at the door earlier. Edward wants to get wicked with his girlfriend Hillary, and he has no clue about Renasbury and Zayden. Majority of his siblings were in love or seeing people. When was it going to be his turn? He truly did not want to admit this, but he missed Mason. Like, a lot. He thought about him all the time. He was his first friend, his best friend, and, well, his first. He felt so happy when he was around him, but now he can't be friends with him anymore. Not after what he did to his sister, not after he hid who he truly was from him. Why is Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory asking Edward about Woohoo? And why is Edward acting like he knows a damn thing about it? Weren't you just asking Ezra for advice? Ezra was getting so lonely and missing Mason so much that he was contemplating reaching out to him. He didn't know what to do, so he went to someone he was sure he could talk to about it. His sister Rory Oklo. He hadn't seen Rory in a long time and was sure, with all of their life experience, that she may have the answer for all of his troubles. But then again, Rory didn't seem to be in the best mood either. He asked them how she was before getting into all the heavy stuff, but then He told them everything there was to tell about Mason, and it felt good finally getting it off his chest. He didn't want anyone in his immediate family to know any of this information. Ezra and Rory then went inside to talk some more. Ezra greeted his niece before getting back to Rory, who then told their brother that this is probably something he should decide on his own. It seems like it's really affecting him, and she didn't want to be responsible in case their advice didn't work in Ezra's favor. But that's the whole reason why Ezra was here, because he'd been thinking about it for forever and couldn't decide. He really wanted Rory's help, which she responded by yelling at him. They instantly gained a new family dynamic. Difficult, truer words have never been spoken. Ezra got the feeling that this was a bad idea. Rory is clearly not in a great mood, and his first world problems are probably burdening them. He tried to ease the tension in the room by asking Sawyer to join their conversation, catching up with her and all the details about her life. But it wasn't helping. He was still so anxious about everything going on the verge of tears. And it didn't help when Rory started yelling at him again. Now, she was just being mean, hurting him when he was already down. So, Ezra decided to be mean right back, telling Rory that it's no surprise Christopher wants nothing to do with them. She's an extremely bitter, envious, mean-spirited sim, and Christopher was better off without them. Wow. Ouch. Ezra felt slightly bad, but why should he care? He just wanted some big sisterly advice, and she didn't even seem to care. Maybe his mom Alexis had the right idea about Rory. Maybe he should be like his dad and cut Rory off for good.